Hi, everyone. It's Susan Winter here. Bea and Gwyneth, thank you for one more time showing up faithfully every week. I wasn't here last week, so welcome to everybody. Richard, Katarina, I wanted to say hi. And today I have the discussion of when do you say, I love you? To those who don't know me, it's Susan Winter, best-selling author and relationship expert, here to answer your questions. So you can send your question in super chat, or you can wait until I'm done with the exposition. And I'm going to talk about the major reasons today that it's so hard to say I love you, why we fear that it somehow is indicative of giving up control and power, how to own it, and even more so, when is it right to say it and under what circumstances? Galactic Woman, hey all. Justin, hi, how are you? Yes, you finally made a real one. I was in Miami last week. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my wonderful in-person clients. I will be traveling over the next year. I will be in Singapore for about a month. Well, actually for about 2.5 weeks, and then I'm on a cruise. But I'm really looking forward to a meet and greet there, as well as a presentation at the 1880 Club, which is very prestigious. And I will continue to travel throughout the world and meet those of you that are in cities where I'm visiting whenever I can. So I also had a chance to meet one of my fans who is absolutely lovely. And his name is Evan. He is a makeup artist to the stars and celebrities out in LA. And he happened to be in Miami for Art Basel. So we got to hang out and have a good time. So thank you, everybody, for being such gracious followers. Poppy, how you doing, Poppy? Beach girl. I am so happy to start this show today. Let's talk about it. What has been your experience in saying I love you? Okay? You know those times, did you ever in your life say to somebody, I love you, and they just look at you and smile? I mean, it's the most horrible feeling. What if somebody says to you, I love you? And you're thinking, oh my God, okay, not where I was going. You're fun, you're cool. Oh my goodness, I was so clear about what I'm looking for. Now, how am I going to handle this? What about a situation where somebody says it way too soon? And you're thinking, okay, this is actually a little creepy. Let's go over it today. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. Oh, Mish, you missed me in Miami. I did enjoy Art Basel. Oh my, listen, my friend, she was so cool. She got the VIP tickets to like the whole thing. I mean, and those VIP tickets get you into every single function, every place. You don't have to wait in line. She was amazing, amazing, amazing. It's a beautiful artistic city. She ran me ragged though. So, okay, let's start with this. Um, when is it? Oh, Nathan, hi. $20. Hi, Nathan. Do you have a question for me? First of all, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. It lets me know that you really appreciate the show. And if you have a question for me, Bea and Gwyneth will find it. I thank you so much for supporting this show and letting me know that these are topics that you want to hear. Let me see. Okay, now let's start with when is it too soon to say I love you? What do y'all think? Generally speaking, after a date or two, like you don't know them that well. Not cool. It's not love. It's the dream. And those of you who know my work know the dream. It's what you think they're going to bring you, and you've superimposed it on top of them, and it's not love at that point. Okay? I just want you to be clear on that. And if somebody says it to you after a date or two, be careful. They could be up to something, or they could be off. You want to be very, very careful. Are you worth loving? Of course you are. Can people know immediately? Unless you feel that there's something extraordinary where the two of you just have this connection, I know you all think you do, it would really have to be qualified by, I've never said this to anybody before, it feels like love. I don't know that it's love. That's the only word I've got for it, but I'm feeling something distinctly different for you than anybody else. Let's slow this down, take our time, and see where it goes. That would be smart. Jillian, wonderful, lovely Jillian. She's saying hello to everybody and the brilliant Susanites all the world over. It's a read the room kind of situation. You're right. You're right. You say it every day. Drum witch, I think that's beautiful. You say it every day. Let's see. I mean, I am extraordinary. Let's see. I always say love spending time with you before I get into that space. Haha. Okay, Justin. All right. So, Nathan, just to go back here, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. And thank you so much for your contribution. Okay. So, again, it's just a few dates. And I have to say this, I'm so concerned about online safety for all of you, for your heart. Somebody online that you've been communicating with, you've never met them. They're out of the country, they're on a tour, they can't come back to the state, whatever. That's not real. Okay, that is probably a scam artist. That's probably a Sakawa boy. That's one of those guys in a cafe. They work in packs. There's leaderboards. They've got scripts. There's an entire playbook. And when you wonder why they're like communicating first thing in the morning, middle of the afternoon, late at night, online people that have not met you are not in love with you. Do not believe it. Do not believe it. Okay, that's a con. Please, I'm so concerned about this. I know so many intelligent, sophisticated people that are long-term followers that give money to celebrities. A celebrity who DMs them through Instagram. Okay, celebrities are not going to DM you through Instagram. Okay, you're a Victoria's Secret model, maybe. Okay, but not all of us, okay? And then they are certainly not going to ask you for money to meet them. The agent is going to set it up with money to meet them. Okay, it does not exist. I know a lady who has lost a hefty 5 figures and then lost it again. Okay, so online, no, they're not in love with you. Okay, it's also too soon to say I love you, and kind of a bit of a red flag if you're both under the influence. Okay, influence of anything. I mean, between great sex and being under the influence, there are certain drugs you can take and you love everybody. And in that moment, you do. But, we're talking about for real saying, I love you. All right. Also, don't say I love you if you're just terrified of losing them. If you come from a deep, needy, fearful place and you're just saying I love you, just hoping that they'll, reciprocate or feel that they owe you something or maybe stay with you, please, that's not the way to do it. That is disempowering. Now, before I move on to the next, let me just see what I can say here. Let me see. Hi, Carlos. Hi. Are you the Carlos I've worked with in the group sessions? You might be. The name looks familiar. Katarina. And Katarina, when I said your name to say hi in the beginning into the auto dictate, it wrote Katrina. I know exactly you're Katarina. Okay. Let's see. I troll Indian scammers all the time. All right. Go get them. You go get them for us. I learned a new term from 90 Day Fiance last night. Sankey panky. Apparently, it refers to guys in the Dominican Republic who seek women from outside that country for financial gain. Like every technology, including AI, there are things that we're doing that are going to be so beneficial. And all technology, everything, every advancement, for every move forward, there is a painful loss of something beautiful from the past. I'm sure the invention of a television stopped a lot of families from eating dinner together because now they're looking at the television. And I'm sure people went from the radio, all listening together when that was a really big deal in the early 1900s, to now going to the TV and being more and more isolated. So while it brings us good stuff, it brings us unfortunate consequences of the advancement. Gene P, if it's love, it doesn't have to be spoken. I want to talk about that. That was one of the last things I was going to talk about. This is a good point. It just is, and both parties feel it. Oh, I love the love. I'm getting some love hearts here. When to say it out loud, never online, never in a text. For me, after getting to know someone thoroughly and mean it. Well, whoever is sending me the hearts, I love this. They're going, broop, broop, broop. Thank you so much. Okay, Jean, oh, is this Jean P, the 990? No, this is Poppy. Hey, Poppy. Okay, Jean, I'm going to get back to that. Do not let me forget this. Oh, God, I got a whole story at the very end, okay? Under if the partner doesn't respond. So, Jean, I'm going to get back to that. Poppy, 999, was on a long distance relationship, phone calls every night, met 3 times. I slipped, I love you on the third trip. I almost fainted after I said it, knowing she's non committal and knew for her we've broken up, but learned. Okay, so here's the thing. You, this new computer, I just need, hang on while Susan does her tech stuff. I have two ways of looking at that. If it was real for you in that moment, I'm thinking it was great sex and it was an intense weekend. It's a new relationship. So, in the arc of what's going on, in the first 3 months, it's the infatuation period. And if it's long distance, that has been elongated to a long weekend, time apart, another weekend, time apart, another. So, when you finally got together the third time, this was probably a lot of buildup, excitement. I don't blame you for saying it if you really thought you felt that in the moment. It's unfortunate that she pulled away, but I think it tells you something important about yourself. If you are able to love people and you are able to get to that point, why are you dating somebody who's non-committal? You're throwing your pearls at swine. You have to remember half of this population does not know how to open up their heart, or they are so fearful of opening up their heart, or so emotionally constipated, or whatever. Oh, I'm going to give up my power. I got to protect myself. If you are somebody capable of loving, and I'm thinking you are because you're on this channel and you're writing me this, don't play with people who are non committal. Why not go for the gold? Get somebody who can love you back with the same kind of love that you give them. So, Poppy, that's my little 2 cents for you. I would auto correct where you're pointing your radar. Maybe you didn't think you'd get there. A lot of people start off in a situation they're like, I never thought that was going to happen. It fooled me, right? But if you know you can love, only date people that can love as well. Okay, this is a bit of a rant. I'm going to go off a little bit. I am so tired of the cycles of commentary. Every single cycle. I've watched them. I've lived long enough. First, it was codependency. Then it was, abusive relationships. I couldn't get on the phone with somebody or work on, Zoom before I heard that. Then it's been narcissism. Okay. And now it's attachment theory. And I'm like, if I hear one, and that now it's feminine. And if I hear one more cycle of let's capitalize on this angle, I will just lose my mind. It is so much easier than that. It is so much clearer than that. We're all making it very, very, very difficult. Can you love? Do you want to love? Are you looking for a fine, good person to be with who has the same values you do? Then that's the only people you play with. And if there are tons of things put in your way and you have to decipher and figure out and make excuses for them and try and understand them and work with them, and if you're choosing somebody for the first time, not like you got 3 kids and no options and you're terrified to lose your children or lose your home, okay? You've got a choice. If you've got a choice, choose somebody who's equal to you in your capabilities. Just like, oh, I see this stuff and it's manipulation. To me, it's just manipulation. It's not that hard. Life can get complicated, but people either want you or they don't want you. and they're either looking to be in a relationship and capable of being in a relationship, or they are not. So I'm sorry, that's my baby rant. Forgive me for that. I just want to save everybody so much time and energy and heartache. It's far simpler than we're all making it. Okay. Oh, Richard. Okay. Let's see. It happened to me too. I was in a long-term relationship and was the first to say I love you during great sex. So easy. So easy. Because it's so good. I know. Well, so what you're saying is, I love the sex, but you think it's the person. See, this is just like the dream. Oh my God, I never felt this before. So they pulled in all of what you wanted, your dream, right? In this person. It's like when the person leaves us, we think that we'll die without the person until we realize, I'm going to die without the dream. People are interchangeable. That's just the last one that brought me my dream. I think this is so brilliant. Richard, thank you for this. No response, just a quizzical look. Quite a letdown. I've been much more wary of saying it after that happened. Okay. Oh, this is brilliant. This is so rich. We are going to continue. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely brilliant. I love, love, love this. Brian Pablo. Oh, Brian, for you. You are so big and strong. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's when you don't say it. Now, is saying I love you too soon a red flag? It's too soon if it's too soon to make sense. And this is not just for you, it's for them. You don't know somebody that well. And suddenly they start saying this stuff. Yeah. It's too soon and a red flag for you to watch out for if there's absolutely no consistency between the words that they're saying and the actions that they're taking with you, because there's no commitment and they're not consistent. That is a red flag. Do we like hearing it? Of course. Is it real? This is where it gets a little shady, right? That was the thing Poppy says. I knew what I wanted. She, on the other hand, wasn't sure of what she wanted, but she made it seem she was figuring it out. Don't blame yourself. If you expressed yourself honestly, you should never feel badly about that. You know, the best we can do is speak our truth, and it lands where it lands. We don't have much to do with that, right? Do we? It's our output that we can control. As far as what they give us back, completely out of our control. But your odds are better if you're playing with people who want what you want and they want it with you. Very simple Susan statement. You're looking for people who want what you want and they want it with you. Boom. That's it. That's the goal. Okay. Now, how do you know the difference between love and infatuation? In the beginning arc of that first 3 months, it's hot, it's heavy, they're perfect. Oh, and you're so accommodating, right? I used to watch UFC, like that mixed martial arts stuff where they're biting each other's ear off during dinner for my partner. I was so nice to them. You think I'd do that a year in? Absolutely not. I go into the other room and have my dinner if they want to watch. Okay. Let's see. The difference, it can be hard to tell. All right. Especially if you're young or you've had very little experience dating. It can be really hard to tell. Or if you're new to sex, or like we have discovered here, the sex is really, really great. So let's say it blurts out in a moment of passion. You can always talk about it later. And you can discuss if you want to retract. You could do it very elegantly and say, I had a very intense feeling and I like you a lot. The sex was really good. I've never had all that happen to me at once. So let's see where this goes. Don't freak out. That's what I was feeling at the moment. Let's figure out if that's real. Okay. Linda. Linda, I know it's you before I even click on this. Oh my God, you are so generous. Great topic. Thank you for this. Talk is cheap. Actions speak much louder than words. Love is action. Oh, okay. Linda, that is brilliant. Love is action. Acts of service. Love is that person that's going to pick you up from the hospital when it's inconvenient. The person who's going to take you to the airport because they're so afraid that, I don't know, you won't get a cab or somebody won't come on time, or they just want to make sure that you know that they love you. You are so right. Linda, thank you, thank you, thank you so, 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 so much. If you ever have a question or a comment, I would love to hear it. Okay. Let's see. I mean, besides this, if you have a question for us. Miss Seaside Hill Granny, I was on a dating server on Discord last night, and I video chatted with them, and I was expecting them to say mean things, but no, they told me I was cute AF. All right, all right, all right. Jason says, I love you is big. Yep. Best to start with, I love this about you. Good advice. Testing the waters. Okay. I love that. You're important to me. You're becoming my happy place. They may just reply with, I love you too, after those. So, this is another way to work your way up to saying, I love you. And it's funny how people do this because I've watched partners do this with me. They'll say things like, I really, really, really like you. I really, yeah, I really, really like. And it's kind of like they just don't want to give it up yet. They kind of want to hold on to that last bit of power or perceived power, right? So certainly positive affirmations are always good for our partner, and to encourage them that we are here and we're interested and we're moving forward. That is good, especially if your relationship is anywhere between the 6 and 9 month period and more, because we need to keep encouraging the person that we're seeing. And also, if we're already partnered and we have our mate, we don't stop dating them. We tell them continually how much we love them and admire them and appreciate what they do for us. That's the ongoing maintenance of a relationship. It's not like, Brian, you can bear me out in this. You can't just go to the gym for a year, get yourself in shape, and then just stop. You want to keep going, right? So that's the maintenance. All right. Why is it so hard to say I love you? People have this tied to being vulnerable, and people have it tied to insecurity. Now, that's not true, but that is the perception. And so much of what happens subtly in relationships is oftentimes power, and the shifting nature of power and perceived power. I talk quite a bit about this. Another topic people don't discuss and should, and I wish they would, because the power imbalance can sometimes set up things like this, where you may have a partner who really cares, is really nuts about you, and they just won't give it up. They won't let you know, they won't really say it. And it's not because it's just, this is very different than the person that loves you and won't say the words. I'm going to talk about that later, and I said I'd get back to that. This is the person who just doesn't want to give you that satisfaction. They still want to make you earn it or work for it, or like you're not there yet. And it's about power and control. Okay. People perceive it as that once I say that, I'm your creature and I'm captive. And now you can have your way with me because now I'm under your spell. And the truth about love is that it belongs to us. It takes a while to realize that. It takes a lot of heartbreak until you finally figure that out. But the love that you feel for somebody originates within you and can only originate within you. It can be activated by somebody else, but they can't trot away and take it from you. I know people feel like that during a breakup, and many of us have during a breakup, until we see through the truth of that, is that they don't walk away with it, they walk away. The love you still have access to, okay? It always only came from you. Nobody creates it within you. It was always there. And to the degree that you're capable of expressing it, some people may really activate that, okay? There's a fine distinction between ego, desire, all that stuff, but we'll just leave it at that, okay? Um, and the reason that people have so much fear about being the first person to say, I love you, is obviously we fear rejection, right? We've had this discussion here. I mean, how how many people have had the experience, I would assume at least half of the people who are online right now, of saying to somebody, I love you, or I think I love you, only to realize that it's met with a smile or a thank you or enjoy. What the fuck is that, enjoy? I mean, really. So, what do? You suck it up and realize that, ah, what I thought we were doing here or what I thought we were creating is either never going to happen or it's not happening yet. Okay. Let me see here. The last one was Linda. Okay. I love this about you. It's a good pointer. Yes, Poppy, you are right. Jean, okay, everybody loves Linda. Uh, put saying I love you in the slow cooker. All right. It's always hard to say I love you. Well, but I think it's because we fear that they will control us. We fear that we'll be the first ones. So, there's another way to do it. If you are the first one to say it, I suggest you do not say it with timidity. Say it with absolutely own it as a statement, not to be refuted on their end. Just like, you're so big and strong. It's just like you just plain say it, own it, and let it go. That means you are so in possession of that truth that it doesn't matter how they respond. And if you come at it with that angle, I promise you, you will feel so much better. Again, it's a statement. I'm wearing a blue and white top. I have a Pomsky sleeping on the bed in a serving tray with her feet like this, up in the air right now. This is a fact, right? I love you. I love you. And if you say it like it doesn't need additional commentary, it takes all the pressure off of them. Oh my God. So I knew a woman who used to constantly say to her boyfriend, do you love me? You don't love me. Do you love me? And I'm like, if you say that one more time, I'm gonna slap you myself. No, 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 no. The only reason she said it, she knew he didn't. You never need to ask somebody if they love you. If you need to ask them if they love you, it is either waning or it never existed. It might be a question you ask your partner after 30 years of marriage when it's falling apart. But somebody new? No. Okay. Let's see now. I have a couple more things I want to discuss. Jillian, Nika. She's comfortable like that. It's so cute to just see them. They just sleep like this with their paws just rigid in the air, like this. They sleep. I don't sleep with my legs in the air like that. Okay, love. It's that's smothering. Let's see. Okay. To love comes from one and needs no response. To be in love needs reciprocity. Okay. Well, one should never ask. That is just seeking validation and is seen as weakness. Absolutely. That can really turn a person off. All right. If your partner doesn't respond, again, they may not. You need to really check where you're going with that person. Now, let's talk about in partnership. All right. I have a, I have a client that I want to talk about. Not in detail, you're not gonna know who they are, but it's an interesting story, and it's indicative of many of us who have had long-term relationships with a certain kind of individual who does not open up verbally, all right? What if in a partnership, your partner has never said, "I love you," not even written it on a card, but they're with you. They're with you, you know it, you feel it, they show it, they are absolutely consistent, and you have no doubt that they love you. But they have never said the words. This is a real thing. Tends, sorry guys, but it tends to be a little bit more for heterosexual males. Tends to. Not always, because women can do this too. I have had a number of clients who have said this to me, and they complain, and they are in a real relationship, committed, monogamous. So it's not like I'm kind of seeing this person, right? So I had a female, an older woman, and she had met somebody. And for those of you who worry there is no love after 25 or 30, the largest group of people that are getting together successfully and having great relationships are senior citizens. Like, I guess that's 55 and over. Easy, because they have the skill set to know how to be in a relationship. They remember what it's like to be polite and to be thoughtful. It's the protocol, and they're looking for, a monogamous, committed relationship. This group is flourishing in the dating world. Just kind of good news for anybody who happens to be getting a little bit older. Let's see. D. Wells, I'm crying watching this, Susan. I can't tell my boyfriend I love him as I feel so secretly vulnerable. It's all wrapped up in past hurt in relationships. I just saw this. All right. Is he your boyfriend? Really your boyfriend? And he really, really loves you? If you know, absolutely know, without a doubt that they love you, the the need to hear it is kind of the cherry on top of the ice cream. It's great, but it's more important to know it in your gut. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you don't know that, I love has a vulnerability to it. The inherent vulnerability in falling in love is that we can get hurt. It's a double edged sword. For as much happiness, it brings you pain. For as much joy, there's loss also. So you can't have it without. We just plain need to be resilient and choose carefully. D. Willis, I would love to work with you. This is something that we need to talk about. I urge you to take a consultation. Don't look now because I don't have any up. I'm in between time zones. I'll have them up this weekend, okay? Because I'll be out in Mountain Standard Time, so I don't have anything available yet, right? But we need to work together to work through this so you can be happy and have your partner know that you care for them. At least tell them how much you care for them. At least tell them that to keep encouraging them. But let me go back to this story. So this lady had worked with me, and she was really upset that her partner had never said, "I love you." And remember, I do one and done. These are like 45-minute, 1 hour consultations. And she, a couple times during the conversation, I heard her say about her partner who had passed, that he was the love of her life, love of her life. And, it kind of sat with me in a way. And I thought, it just occurred to me. And I said, have you ever said that in front of your current partner? And she said, oh, yeah. I mean, he hears me talk about my ex, my husband who died. And I said, okay, there's no space for him. I mean, why would he say, I love you, when the only love you've ever had is the one who's dead? I told her exactly what to do on one of their walks together and exactly what to say to him to stop him, look him deeply in the eyes, touch him, to ground him and connect him to her and say, you know, honey, I thought I knew the love of my life until the day I met you, and stop talking. He burst into tears and said, I love you. I love you so much. There had never been a space for him to be in that slot in his mind because of the way the woman unknowingly was speaking. And when she wrote me back to tell me this, I was in tears because there are times that we know our partner loves us. I had a tough boyfriend, Brooklyn, in the 1980s, like a man's man, rugged, pro bodybuilder, tough as hell. I don't know that he ever said I love you, but I knew if the bullet was coming, he would dive in front of it. I had no doubt in my mind. You know, so that was easy. I didn't need to hear it to give me any kind of solace. Some people do. They hear it. But it's okay to say it first. If you say it first, and it's not under these conditions, like you're not high, you're not on ecstasy, and you just met them, then, you know, say it and own it. Say it fully and be done. That takes the stress off of them going, because it's terrible when somebody's done it to you. What do you do when somebody says, I love you to you, and you're like, oh shit, I don't feel the same way. Oh, how do that's a very uncomfortable moment when you activated something you never meant to activate and you were very clear about the fact that you weren't going there, right? So now I've answered all of these points that I wanted to talk about. It's all about you. Let's see what you have here. Um, I think the key thing is to just not treat it like magic words to get a reaction. Oh, space dweller, this is brilliant, that you want. It's about feeling within you. See, my people are so smart here. Their reaction is their business. It is a mystery. Mic drop. Gene P. Love you, darling. I think a man should only say, I love you if it can be felt oozing out of the woman. It will smell sweet way before you say it. Jillian, Susan, that is so beautiful. Okay, so you get that? Don't worry about it. We belabor these things. If you have an emotion, back it up with the power that eradicates the vulnerability is ownership. I did a video a long time ago. Like, I have never paid attention to SEO. Only recently have I tried to do it. So forgive me. And those stupid images, like, I hate that so much. But only, I did a video, golly, maybe 6 years ago called You Slept With Them, Own It, right? Take ownership of the choices you make, and you will find that everybody else has a far smaller reaction, if anything, other than respect, right? If you do it, do it. Because that kind of ownership means I don't need you to qualify this, accept it, like it, prefer if you do, but I don't need it. This is how I feel. It's just as simple as, I don't want extra salt on my food, please, as you're ordering. It's that simple. Consultations. I want to schedule one, but none is posted for January. Poppy. I know. Okay, so I've been in Miami and I've got suitcases all around me. I'm leaving Saturday to go to Arizona. I will be on Mountain Standard Time. It is quite a bit of business to figure out the times. I will have times starting next week. What are we talking about? 16th, 17th, the 18th of December. I'll open up times. Okay. I will be gone for a whole month in late January when I'll be in Singapore and then in Southeast Asia. But yeah, so there's not going to be live shows, but I'll give you all that information later. So, Poppy, I would love to work with you. It's always so great when I connect with. I'm trying to connect everybody's handle with who they are. It's so wonderful when I can have a chance to meet you, and I so love meeting my clients in person in Miami. If you don't know when these events are coming on, and you're not always able to catch the live show, go to my homepage, susanwinter.net, and on the very bottom is a newsletter. I only send you like one newsletter a month. I hate bombarding people, but I will oftentimes do a second little, hey, here's what's going on, to let you know about something special. And it's where I post my events. And a lot of the special giveaways that I have are only done through the newsletter. I don't sell your information. I don't keep your data. I don't even know how to keep your data. I think MailChimp does, but you can take that away. I mean, I don't do anything with this. I'm not that sophisticated. I just send you, and you can unsubscribe at any time. But that will give you an inside track, because you've got to like me and be willing to get a newsletter. So you will know where I'm going and much more specific information than I would ever share with a general open audience, right? Because it's not safe. So I wouldn't do it. So just so you know. Okay, Justin, and I can see your face. Justin Peterson, $20. Thank you. Lovely man. I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you for a wonderful year of content. Wow. I am so grateful for your work. You cannot even imagine how much you've helped me. Oh, wow. Sending you holiday blessings. Justin, mwah, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I think if we are generous with our information and very, very specific, to be honest, all those individuals that either cannot afford a consultation or they are unable to for some other reason should be able to get some help. I've never ever wanted to keep it like, and wouldn't you love to know how to find love? Well, sign up for this course. Here is the thing in it. I can bring you the magical. I hate that stuff. I hate it, hate it, hate it. So, Justin, I am so happy to hear that just the videos have helped you, because that is my mission. Poppy, yes, it's long overdue. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm getting the hearts again. Gwyneth. Susan, let's see. Susan mentioned she'll be putting consultations up on her site soon because she's moving through time zones. Keep an eye out for the. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm navigating my way on dating at 23. Well, first of all, I don't know who makes the hearts go, but I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I see all sorts of little things. I love this. Um, keep listening to the material. If you're dating at 23, I'll make it easy for you. And I love seeing these little things fly. This is just amazing. For those of you watching, if you can't see this and you're watching a replay, I'm not seeing imaginary things. There's little hearts and tennis smiles and everything going up in the corner here. The reactions from everybody. So if you're 23, get a sample of what you want to date. You might not know what you want, but know how you want to be treated. Okay? You can't know at 23. But your body is not something people pass around like on a buffet table and everybody takes a bite of it, right? Your body is attached to your heart, to your soul, to your mind. You can't just throw it out there like so many people are doing and expect to not have consequences, which we are dealing with now, 2 generations later. I do understand that sex and dating is very natural and normal for everybody. But if you are integrated and you are in any way healthy, it's a package deal. There's nothing you do where you won't feel the repercussions of it. And so date a variety of people to see what you like. Do what I call duty dating, meaning you're not necessarily looking for a relationship, but you are looking to see what you like. That's a sample selection. Be clear about the fact that you're assessing information for the first time. But if you just please know how you expect to be treated as a human being, meaning you expect to be treated politely, you expect consistency, you expect honesty and decency. And you can set a template from the very beginning for, hey, I'm new to this, I'm new to dating. Can we set a precedent that we can be honest? Like if you're like hanging out with me and you're like, hey, listen, I like this one over here, just say it. No one's bad or wrong. Just let me know what's going on and I'll do the same with you. Because I think it's really, really important. Beginning relationships, we're guessing and everybody's afraid and they're glitchy and people don't know what to do. I've got a whole category of playlist on new relationships and turning attraction into a relationship. Okay. So let's see what else. Okay. We're coming up toward the end of the hour. Let's see. Venezia, that's crazy when someone you don't know that well has a powerful position, no physical stuff, not very native, says, I love you. I love, great, very great topic, Susan. Let's see. Okay. Anybody else? I think my super chat. Nafthuza, hey, hi, love. Did I miss you? Let me see. Oh, thank you so much. $5. Sometimes they come in and I don't see them all. There's like a board where you see all the colors and then you don't, I didn't see your color. Thank you so much. I think the only time you should say I love you to another is when you said it to yourself first. Oh, wow. Mean it and backed up with actions. That's beautiful. Are you not all the smartest people here? This is great. What a great collection of individuals. I love this. Thank you, Naftusa. And I'm so sorry I missed it. Poppy, I'm only 34, 30 more years to go. Never said I love you. Do their actions, intention make up for its absence? Okay, Poppy, you're having a conversation with somebody. Hello, hello, Phil. Okay, Richard. Seinfeld also with George saying it to a deaf lady twice. She said, I heard you the first time. Oh, now you're flying it. What's going on here? CA 1399. Kia Mia, wishing you much love, peace, and joy with gratitude for all you do for our community. Sylvia 10. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Love you, love you, love you. This is so sweet. That means 10 times. This is your 10th super chat, and I respect that so much. Thank you so much, dear. Brian, I think you lost your mind. 50. Okay. This is like, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Season's greetings and a huge thank you for another year of seeing you here. You are a gem. We love you, Susan. Brian, I adore you too. And you know what? This is horrible to say. I appreciate this so much. I'm not going to be with you next Thursday. I know, right before that. I'm so sorry. Right before Christmas. I'm not so. This is kind of like my Christmas show. I have a doctor's appointment because I have a lesion on my spine, which is kind of messing me up, and so I'm in between doctors here, and I got to sort this thing out. Should have seen me when it froze up. I've never had this happen in my life before, and it froze up, and I couldn't move, and I'm hunched over like a little old lady, and I got to pick up Nika's stuff on the street, and I'm shuffling and the light is turning and the cars are looking at me like, oh God, can't this woman hurry up? And I'm shuffling and nobody's paying attention, thinking it's serious because I look like I'm too healthy to be shuffling. And then I had to do a Cirque du Soleil kind of acrobatic move to pick up Nika's little poo-poo because I can't leave it on the street. And I'm doing this to not, oh my goodness, it was, if you'd had an image of that. So we can't have it seizing up if I'm in the middle of the South Seas and there's no help out there. So we are seeing if there's somebody who can help me out there. So I thank you. Wow, you've all been so incredibly generous. And Jillian, again, $20. What is this? Susan, much gratitude for you, for all that you do, bring us love, light, and understanding and clarity into the world. Wishing you and Nika a beautiful holiday season and a wonderful 2024. Oh my goodness, you guys are so wonderful. I can't even believe this. Nika, you're getting more treats. Yeah, you are. You're going to get more treats. We've got some money for you. Nika's chew toy fund. Yes. She's looking at me very intently. She said when she was a puppy, she used to sit in my lap, which was adorable. Oh, everybody, thank you so much. Now, before we get off, we've still got time. Let me know if there's something I can do for you, okay? And again, I will open it up for consultation because I haven't spoken with a lot of you in a while. Let's see. Okay. Jillian, oh my goodness, Susan, please take good care of yourself. Sending intention for healing and comfort for you. Thank you so much. So I sat at a desk 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was the woman who every Sunday did 3 videos because I was so afraid of what was going on in the world. And I just never did my social life, and I kind of stopped going to the gym. And, so now I have to kind of take care of my health big time. And I might end up having to do these standing up, as a matter of fact. We will find out one step at a time. Hello, Susan from Czechoslovakia. I'm here for the first time in a live chat, and I wanted to say you look last 7 years still the same. Greatly. Thank you for your energy and content. Thank you so much, Adam. Could I tell you how much I hate high def? Oh my God. I looked at my face. I had to get a high def camera because YouTube doesn't like it any other way. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So it's about the information, right? Hi, Susan. Just recently found out a now ex seeing one of my close friends at the same time. Okay. Recently found it about an ex seeing one of my close friends at the same time as me. Cut all contact now, but any advice? Hang on just a minute. Oh, Lance is in here. Oh my goodness. Hang on, everybody. I don't want to touch anything wrong here. Lance, oh, you sweet, incredible man. So are they taking up your friend zone? Is that what it is, Charlie? Um, so you have a friend group and your ex is now infiltrating your friend group? You need to talk to your friend first, okay, as to the fact that this upsets you, and cut all contact now, but any advice on how to heal? Wow, I don't know the details of that situation. I would love to. I would love to work with you on that. Can I tell you how many people have let me down in life? Because they've been human and they've been loving. They've been generous and selfish. They've been kind-hearted and ruthless. There are very, very few people in this world that I have ever had the chance to meet where I say, oh my God, this person is straight through their core of the highest level on everything they do. But the majority of all of us are human. We're not gods. We're not perfect. That's how I would heal myself. Whether it's intentional, I don't think so. It's foolish. It's selfish. It's impulsive. It's not thought out. But even our close friends and family members will do stupid stuff because the human imperative is to survive and have what we want. We love the people who can temper that, but not every human does. So let me get back to all of these gracious, wonderful, beautiful people here. Lance Bird, $49.99. I know Lance. I've spoken with him on the phone. We've had Zoom calls. Beautiful, loving, wonderful, ethical, moral, kind-hearted, decent human being. For those of you who are struggling to hang on to that in a world where you're seeing everybody get there the cheap way or becoming poor versions of themselves, I beg you, don't give up your light, your clarity, your vision of how you want to be. That's about you. Be the person here that you want to be, like so many of the great people that are in here that I know personally. Okay. I've worked with you. This is a client. I've worked with B. I've worked with Gwyneth. I mean, I know so many of you intimately. Continue to be the fine human beings that you respect. Okay. I adore you, Lance. Okay. Let's see. Poppy. Um, Thank you so much for all you do. Healing isn't linear, but I don't feel so alone in my journey. I wish you more blessings and healings for you as well. Poppy, thank you so much. Thank you. This is so beautiful. I hope I haven't missed anybody here. Jordy, Jordy, I will be doing a podcast with Jordy. I can't wait. That Susan can't wait to finally meet next Saturday and interview you for my radio show. I had a big radio interview on Tuesday earlier this week. I had to cancel. I couldn't talk. I had the first ever bad cold, and I'm glad I have my voice today. That I mean, I don't get sick. I had that gene where you don't get sick, but I was so run ragged in Miami. My friend was content. She wanted me to see every single design show that there was. She gave me the most beautiful tour of the city. Oh my God, she was brilliant. I came back home ragged and got a cold. So now I will have my voice totally healed. It's still a little raspy, but I can't wait to work with you, Jordy. I'm so excited about that. The digital camera on manual with portrait filter. Uh, uh, don't know. This is a laptop. Don't know how to make that happen. Gene P, you got to let me know. Somehow write me through the website because I don't have a digital camera with a manual with a portrait filter. That I don't have. So it's easy for you. It's easy for you. I need instructions. So listen, everybody. So next week is Christmas. Currently, it's Hanukkah. It is whatever you celebrate. I want to wish you all the most happy, healthy, wonderful, wonderful time. It is all of you who keep me going. And I'm sorry I've missed so many of these. I've had events, I've had illnesses, I've had operations. There's stuff going on you all don't even know about. I'm healthy. I'm internally healthy. That's the good point. Um, I just want you all to know how much I adore you. And I want to do things that you want to hear. I want to do conversations that are helpful to you. So I'm always looking for what you need to hear that you're not hearing out there, right? What kind of messages can help you? Happy holidays, Justin, Carrie, B, and Gwyneth. Let's see. Everybody, I think we've just about done everything now. Jillian, lengthy sitting isn't good for the human body. No kidding. That's why so many folks have standing desks. Yes, I have in a box a kneeling chair that I've not put together yet because I got to get myself sorted for my trip. Let's see. Okay. Everybody, adore all of you. I thank you so much. None of this would be possible without B and Gwyneth, who have a very full life. This is nighttime for them in Germany or in the UK. They don't have to be here. They're not getting paid. They're here just as a labor of love. And I cannot tell you how much that means to me because I adore you so much. Again, what is going on here? What is this? Brian, you've lost your mind. This is a 50. I can't even believe it. This is again season's greetings and a huge thank you for another year of seeing you here. You are Jim. Oh, wait, that's the same one. Money, money, money. You guys are so generous. I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness. Nika, you're getting more dog treats. Everybody, thank you so much. Now, I will be with you. What is it? I think the 28th is not, it's not next. Oh, golly, what is the date? I can't, next week I won't be with you. The week after I will. Okay. So I can't keep my dates straight, but thank you, everybody. Absolutely love to everybody. I really appreciate all your support, and I love seeing the same names. And I love seeing new people. So, 1 week off. Have a wonderful holiday. I'll be back with all of you the following week. Mwah. And thank you.